the book of AlphaRonomy, homie. Read it or weep. When I think about the situations that men are in when it comes to deciding if and when we want to deal with women and what level we want that relationship to exist on, I come to the realization that the reason that so many men make wrong decisions and choose the wrong women is because we have this expectation that there are many different types of women to choose from. But that's not real. That's not honest. As a matter of fact, it is total foolishness. There are two types of women from which men have the luxury of choosing. There is the woman who is still in her prime, still at the height of her marketplace value, and there is the woman who has hit the wall. There are detriments and benefits of both, surprisingly, and we will discuss those here. Now, let us begin with the fun factor. The fun factor is if you are a man who is in a position to be able to secure the willing company of a young woman who is still in her prime, a young woman who has multiple options and suitors, but you are the suitor that she chooses. Notice I said the suitor that she chooses, not the suitor that chooses her. You see, there is a major difference. There are many men who can pursue a woman in her prime and eventually wear her down, but there are very few men who are chosen by women in their prime as her primary option for intimacy. There are many men who are chosen for primary options as company, as utilities, as friends, as benefactors. But most of those men are not chosen for intimacy. You see, the first truth that must be accepted, and you know, on this channel, we do cover the truths of life. That is what we deal with. Some are easy to accept, some not so much. And here is one that is not very easy for the majority of men to accept. The truth of the situation is this: very few men on the planet, whether wealthy or poor, have what it takes, have the aura, have the energy necessary to be chosen by the primest young women who are in the midst of the height of their marketplace value. Very few men. So the majority of you men listening to this have never had that happen, and you never will. But don't give up hope, because there is a way to improve your chances. Now, if you are a man who is saying you don't care about your chances, you don't care about any access to young women in their prime who have options, who are at the height of their marketplace value, then this video is not for you. And I would implore you to move on to some of my other content that caters more to your mindset. This one is for men who have aspirations to complete their lives financially, complete their lives spiritually, complete their lives health-wise and physically, fitness-wise, and add the cherry on top of being able to secure the willing, intimate services of young women who are still in the prime of their marketplace value. Now, there are things that you're going to have to do, because the alternative to securing the company of this type of woman is securing the company of the Harvey Wallbanger, as we so kindly refer to her. You see, on this level, with a woman who has options, she has the propensity, she has the ability, she has been afforded the luxury of choosing the best option. So she does not have to settle for a man who is not in great physical condition, because she is in a position where she can have her choice of men who are. She does not have to accept a man who does not even have a vehicle, because she is in a position to be able to accept men who have many vehicles or very valuable vehicles. And these are the things, the type of things that we as men must keep in mind. Now, if this is not up your alley and you are one of those men who are saying, well, I will not build myself up in an attempt to get women, that is not what I am saying you should do. But what I am saying is, if that is what you want, if you want to secure those type of women as the company that you keep when you're in the presence of females, I am telling you that these are the things you must do. You see, these are the things you should focus on before you even think about enjoying the company of women who are in their prime. So the thing that you must understand and carry on and believe is that we are primarily in a situation where we as men don't want to do the things necessary in order to live the lives that we want to live. And see, that is why many of us end up in a situation where we are in committed relationships with Harvey Wallbangers who are exhibiting a sense of entitlement because they have transferred their energy that was based on their marketplace prime to now the stuff, the things that they've accrued, the career accomplishments, the motherhood accomplishments, the experiences in life, the ability to maybe share a little bit of money with you, the fact that they've been able to secure a nice home or maybe a nice vehicle and maybe a little bit of money in the bank. But let me stop you there, because you may be looking saying, well, many of those things, of course, outside of the motherhood thing, unless the children are yours, are valuable. They're great things, but they're only valuable to a man who does not have those things. How valuable is a good paying job to a man who has a successful business? You see, that is no good. Everything beyond that point is a compromise on your part to accept something that is a little bit lower than the quality you feel like you deserve. And I would implore you to examine the situation and ask yourself, if the roles were reversed, you remember a time when the roles were reversed. Did women who were quality give you the same leeway? Did they look at your quote unquote flaws and say, okay, I will bypass those. I will let you shine some positive light on those. I will accept the fact that you are broke because you invested into a business that went under. It's okay if you're broke under those circumstances. I will accept the fact that you're overweight because you didn't have the ability to access a gym. I will do that for you. I will allow the fact that you have, baby mama drama. I will accept that because, hey, you didn't know she would be that way. Women don't give you those type of options. They don't give you that type of leeway. They simply look at the situation for what it is. And once they decide that they can do better, they do better. And as a man, you should have the same mindset. No man should consider settling for less an option. But in order for you not to consider settling for less, not just an option, but your only option, you must focus on doing the things that make you a prime candidate for every single woman on the planet. And again, this is for men who are interested in being with women throughout their lives as I am. I'm not one of those men who is going to tell you that I'm going to go the rest of my life without women. I am not. I'm not one of those men who is going to tell you that I can go the rest of my life without intimacy. I cannot. I will not even try. If I could, I wouldn't want to. That is not a life that a man should aspire to. It is the life of a man who, when you swear off something that is pleasing to you, it is because you have allowed it to be more negative to you than positive. And I will not allow that to happen in my life. The negative things that I do away with are 100% negative. I don't do away with positive things that could turn negative based on my decisions. I adjust my decisions that made those things negatives, and therefore in the future they will be positives. And that is the thing that you must do as a man. That is the thing that we all must do as men. So I say to you, why settle for the Harvey Wallbanger when all you have to do is improve yourself consistently, and you will be a prime candidate to be the primary option of the most prime cuts? Why settle for hamburger when the Delmonico ribeye can be yours? Why settle for a flank steak when the filet mignon can be yours? Improve yourself, and all of the things that you want will be within your grasp. Not just women, but those prime cuts will also be available to you. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to the very next time I load some more of this top-notch boss game. And as always, alpha's up, beta's down. Peace.